we will they will ask after asking your previous project, how you have done your previous project, explain end to end project simply. So Sagar, what can you give the answer for this one, for end to end project from starting to ending? I want brief explanation. So for
Okay,
project, how we
and
will start and how we will end it.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. So even including in that thing, I'll introduce myself as well. So it will be pattern interview type. So okay, and hi everyone. Myself Sagar Nanmala, and basically I'm from Hyderabad. So totally I have like 6 years of experience, and in that 3.2 years of experience as an model builder. So currently I'm working with Thought Focus as Anaplan model builder, which is located in Bangalore. And so far I have done with the two implementation projects, and that two end to end. And my latest project was FP&A, like which is a financial planning and analysis model. Like we have client like Telstra, and that will be like a service based company, and the core business, like they provide like internet connections and manufacturing computers and all. So there my role was like model builder. So here we used to take end user requirements to design the model, along with we have like solution architect as well, so that we need to gather information or like data, reports from the end user itself. So we used to prepare like technical design document and technical design document. And so far that like technical design document, and there like there we mention everything, like what are the reports that we have to create, and how much time it takes, and in sprint wise, like how will complete in sprint wise. So these things will prepare and sent to the end users. Once they sign up that document, then we'll proceed our model building side. Okay. So after that, like based on that end user requirement, will requirement will come to know that which time calendar that we need to set, and what are the versions that we have to create, and these things, everything that will do. And so for that initial we used to do like some paperwork and all everything. So
Sagar,
after conclusion, yes.
Sagar, 1 minute. I didn't ask how we need to do the project. How you have done your project? I have asked.
In the
In
sense, what you are.
how you have done. You don't say you should. We do. We should. On the basis of client requirement, we should prepare the reports and everything. You should
Yeah.
say our client requirement was like preparation of profit and loss reports and balance sheet and
Okay.
this one. So we have built this one. You should explain like this. You are how
Okay.
you are explaining means for theory, how we explain theory, like that you are explaining. Okay, you should how you have done, what you have done, that things I want. So like
Okay. So
everything
yep.
you should explain. We had this requirement, and for this requirement we have built these reports, like that you should explain.
So yeah, okay, fine. So for them, on the basis of client requirement, when it comes to FP&A model, usual will create these reports, like P&L report and variance report, and balance sheet
Sagar,
reports.
one
And
minute.
yes.
Don't say we prepare. I have prepared, you should say. So that's what
So
intention here.
okay, 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 fine. But
Everything
when
you should say like I have implemented this one. This
mhm.
what you should come with you from you. Then they will believe that you have done real time project. So
So
whenever
yeah, okay, got it. But why I mentioned B means because it will be like a teamwork, right? So that's what I mentioned B. But
then you should say we have implemented. That's it. We
mm-hmm.
have built this one, we have prepared this report, like that you should say. But general words we should not say. We should own ourselves, and in this we have implemented in our project, like that we should say.
Mm.
Here only generally they can understand what's difference between normal people and community people. So that is the problem. Everything you should say we have implemented. Go ahead.
Okay, and so Um, where I should. So yeah, as an Anaplan model builder, I used to prepare expense forecasting module to provide more detail and accurate data for FP&A team, so that it will help them to make decisions and improve their accuracy of financial planning. So for that, I used to prepare like profit and loss reports and balance sheet reports and cash flow statements and some variance reports that I used to prepare. And I used to prepare like different types of expenses. We have like expense in the sense like head count and non head count and all day-to-day expenses and everything that I used to prepare. And employee salaries and utility employee salaries and rent and promote their business might be. So all these expenses will calculation in the P&L reports, and from there to we used to prepare like different types of modules, and we do calculations everything there. So that they can understand their impact of the financial statement by seeing all these reports and everything. And there we have adjust the budgets and based on the performance as well. So based on these reports. Yes. Yes, Asif.
Okay, great. And you didn't mention creation of after completing the project, how you have deployed, what are the documents you have provided to the end user, like user manual guide, techno functional documents,
Okay.
and ALM environments. And after completing the model building as well, if they ask any new changes by using this ALM process, dev test and prod environment, from we used to create some changes in the dev model, and from dev to sync first test model.
So
If everything
yeah.
is fine, then
So
we
so in
used to
that
send.
scenario, yeah. So when it comes to that question, so after that, after completion of the model building process, like
Even clean up
yes,
and
we should
everything.
provide access to the access to the users on the basis of their roles, and by creating even by the roles and the selective access, so we'll provide access to them. So we used to do test our model by logging with the user credential as well, which is called like user test. And we have used to like a functional test as well as like check the business functions as well. And I used to performance test as well as okay, yeah. So after that, we used to deploy the model like by creating like three environments like dev and test and prod. These things will done by using LM process that we'll have. And dev should be it should be in standard mode, and test and prod it will be like a deploy mode. And if something in prod model, if they want to do any structural changes they cannot do, okay, but they can do only production changes they can do. But if they want to do any structural changes, they will request us. So based on that, we'll do all the structural changes again by using revision tag, and we will do compare and synchronize to the prod model. And yeah, so after that, I used to optimize the our model as well by reviewing like unwanted information and everything dimensions. Based on that, using optimization techniques, we'll do everything for the to get the model size decrease. Please, Asif, you can add.
Okay, great, Sagar. So you should we need to provide finally like one user manual guide and one techno functional document to users. So what is user manual guide means? How they need to open every UX page, and how they need to upload the data. Everything we will provide in a MS PowerPoint. We need to take the screenshots, and where they need to click and how they need to upload the data. the steps we need to write. So that is a user manual guide. And techno functional document is whenever you, whatever the UX page we have, for that one we need to take the images and what are the line items we have used, and how we are getting the data. Profit revenue is there, for example. So revenue, if I want to get the revenue, so we should multiply with the volume and price. So this one we need to mention that point. So whatever the logics we have used for each and every report, so that one detail we will write. So that is comes under the techno functional document, means technical words also there in that one. User manual guide means just each and every UX page image we will take, and how they need to upload the data, what they need to do, steps and everything we will provide. So this is a user manual guide and techno functional document we should highlight. So is it clear?
Yes,
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 sir.
yes.
Okay, fine. So Srinivas, can you give the brief end-to-end
Yes,
project
yes,
explanation?
yes. Asif, I'll explain the what is the end-to-end, what how the implementation is going on. So basically, any IT project is starting with if you want to start the implementation project, first they are discussing with the what. First, client is discussing with the what are the vendor, who is the developer or Anaplan
Srinivas, one
client.
minute.
So, mm.
Same for you also, same instruction.
No, no,
Like
that also I will explain. So I will
whatever you
go
are
through
saying, you should
the.
say, I have implemented, we have faced these meetings and everything you should say, I have done this one.
Yes, yes, yes,
Implemented,
yes,
like
yes.
that.
Yeah. Yes, I know. So first of
Yes.
all, what they are doing is first they are discussing with the client and implementation partner is discussing with the meeting. So what we are doing? So what we are doing? We are implementing the Anaplan. They are discussing with the. They are doing the workshop with the users, all the things. So what their requirement? What the requirement of the Anaplan, what their requirement is that Anaplan is providing the their requirement are they are discussing with the workshop with the all the vendors and all the users they are discussing. So after finalizing the workshop, they are finalizing the they are ready to implement the Anaplan. So then what they are doing is they are the after completion of the after completion of this process, their client what are the implementation partner is they are getting the requirement gathering. First step is the requirement gathering. So what requirement gathering in this one is what they are doing the present they are doing the business plan or forecasting plan or in the Excel, or they are doing the another technology like Hyperion, they are doing a one stream, they are doing the other technology. So they are understand what they are in the previously, so what they are expecting from the Anaplan. So they are discussing, after that they are getting the requirement gathering for Anaplan, what they require. So for implementation partner, what they require to they are getting from the they are getting from the users. So after requirement gathering, so what they are doing is they are after requirement gathering, uh, they create the user required specification or blueprint. So means they are providing the these are the requirements of the client. We are implementing, these are the after complete they are preparing the one user required specification. Means user what they want, so they are specified with the one document, that is the user required specific documentation. So after completion of this process, then what implementation partner is doing is then they create a technical design document. Technical design document means they are Anaplan after completion of the user required specification document, based on the user specification document, they are creating the technical design document. Technical design document, what they are is what is the name of the application, what is the name of the Anaplan implementation name of the application, name of the model. So then what are the dimensions they are taken, means time, version and list, what list they are doing, geography, product, different what dimensions are there implemented, they all are designed in the technical document. After completion of the technical document, so they start the they started the development activities. Development activities means they start the uh, models. They create the modules. So input modules, what are the calculations they have, what are the formulation. They are all getting from the users. They are first they are preparing the modules, input modules. Then they create the logics, and after that they are creating the output modules. These are all they are developing. After completion of the this all development activities, they testing. They testing with the user acceptance test. So what they are doing, user acceptance test is means, so they what they are developed, this development is reach the users or not, users are satisfied or not. Let us suppose previously they have implemented in another tool or excel or whatever it may be. So that values they are match or not, they are checking, user is checking everything starting to ending. They are starting input to their output report, report from up to report. They are testing everything, that value is not coming or not, previous values are coming or not, up to what are the extra values we are getting. So everything is developed in the development, and after that creating the reports, all the things they are checking users acceptance test. Then after that they are doing the system SIT, system integration testing. So what system is, how the system is performing, what the technologies that they are doing, system, what are the securities they are using, in all location they are performing same time, or they are getting the more time. So what are the drawbacks? Everything they are checking the system testing. So after completion of the user test and system implementation, all the things, that after that they are doing the after system integration test, they are doing the performance test. Once the values are all the matches, then they are doing the performance testing. So what is the performance testing is, how much time it will take, previously how, what are the time it will take. So what are the getting the benefit from the Anaplan. If you previously we are using the, we are create the report taking 30 minutes. If you use Anaplan is making a 1 hour, it is not a good side. So that we are decrease the performance. So that what we are doing is doing the performance testing, all the things. When we development phase, at the time of development phase, we are creating the so many modules, so many members, so many dimensions, all the things. In that time what we are doing is, before we doing deployment, we are clean up the all the model. We delete the unnecessary members, we delete the unnecessary dimensions, we delete the unnecessary formulations. For that we delete all the what are the in Anaplan we do go, what are the required some functions. Whenever it is the use the summary method, then only use we can, otherwise we can enable the some summary method. Like that we can performance test, we can do the performance, all aspects, all modules we can check it, and we can decrease the performance. After all cleaning the model everything, then after completion of the cleaning, performance test, system integration test, and after user acceptance test, then what we are doing is we are deployed to the production mode. A development mode, you can deploy into the production mode. So after deploying the production mode by using the ALM process, we are doing the deployment activities we are done in production mode. After that what we are doing is, we are creating the previously Asif Bhai is saying that we are creating the user manual guide, and as well as technical guide. So technical guide is used basically using the Anaplan technical people, they are doing like Anaplan model builders and administration, they are using. And user guide, what is user guide means, user, how to user do the activities in budgeting and forecasting activities, how to they are input the data, and what calculation they are run. So what report they, when you require the report, what changes they can do in the UX pages, where they are enter the data. These all the things, every step by step you can create the one user manual guide, prepare the user manual guide, and they are submit, they are provide to the users. The user, what they do is, they follow the user guide, they done the budgeting and forecasting activities based on the user guide, they do the activities. What technical design document is, what is this is basically for the technical people like model builders and Anaplan administrator. So where they can do the performance, what are the performance techniques, what their techniques are they are using. for logics, where they are write the logics, how they are run the reports, when they are run the reports. So how to create the users, how to add the users, how to add the any dimension, any line items, how to create the module. Like that they are giving the some technical stuff of the document they are designing, and we will hand over to the is a unapplied technical model builders, like that. So after completion of the user manual guide and technical design document, they give the training to the users. So what training they are provide the users is, so how to use the Anaplan. So let us about how to open the Anaplan, how to enter the data, how to run the calculation, how to get the output, how to design the UX page, how to enter the design pages, how to create the pages, how to create the apps. So how to create like that. These all stuff they are give the end to end training. How to, what is the use of Anaplan, how they use the Anaplan, how to improve the your business in Anaplan. Everything they give the training to the users. After completion of the training, and they give the 6 months of the support, like they will give the 6 months support for the what are the clients, for the any issues they are facing in Anaplan budgeting and forecasting activities. They are providing the training for the 6 months, the backend to support that activities. Like that we are completed all the projects, end to end project is completed. So after that, in this one, what is my role is, as an Anaplan model builder, we are preparing the modules, we are implementing the modules, we develop the modules, we implement the calculation means what are the formulas we require. Based on the input, we write a formulas, and we write the we create the output templates, and then we can get the we connect with the UX pages, UX page, and we can create the reports. And as well as we can support to the Anaplan application, Anaplan model. So like what, when you require the create the users, we are creating the user, add the users. When you get the new users, new user is adding, so we create the we add the new user, we'll give the permission to the users. And whenever required the new location, or new product is coming, new employee, new location, new region is coming, we can add and add that region and product, or what are the line, or what are the segment. So add it, and we can calculate the everything end to end. So testing previous values here, it will affecting the previous values. If we add the new line item, new dimension, what are the things, if we affect the previous model. So we are checking everything. So then after completion of everything is fine, then we can move into the production. So like that we have any like small enhancement activities, as well as we can we have support the projects, as well as like a small enhancement activities we are doing in the daily activities. From that, how to you I develop and implement, we are getting the change request from the users, we are getting the change request from the user. Based on the change request, what they are required, we find out, and then we'll take some time period, 1 day or 2 day, or based on the severity of the that requirement, we are implementing all the things. And after completion of everything is fine in development activities, so then we'll move into the production and close the issue. So like that we are doing the end-to-end implementation, as well as I do the supporting activities to the my Anaplan model in daily regularly, monitoring the all the activities, like that. Yes, Asif. Yes, that's it, Asif bhai.
Okay, great, Srinivas. So you have given good explanation. So Abdurrahman, what can you give for end-to-end implementation? What can you explain how you have done end-to-end
Okay,
completion of your project?
okay, Asif bhai. So, in end-to-end implementation, uh, during the beginning of the project, we have kickoff meeting. Okay, in this kickoff meeting, all our Anaplan model builders and our solution architects and our manager will be seated with the client and end user people, and we used to discuss what kind of reports they need from Anaplan, and
We will discuss what is their business case, and uh, for example, if it is financial planning and analysis, what is the business procedure, what is the business process, how many branches they have, and we used to take all the information, how many employees they have, and what is their trading procedure, everything, all these things we will be noting. And after noting all these points, and we have any end users from the client. And after that, based on their requirement, what kind of reports they need, we used to prepare the technical design document. Okay, this in this technical design document, we will go in reverse process. Like first we will decide in the reports what actually they need. For example, for the profit and loss report, if they need profit and loss report, we are what are the components available in this profit report, what they actually want to calculate, all based on all these components, in which mode they want to check all these reports, like if it is grid view, grid chart or bar chart or line chart. And based on this UX pages, what line items they need, and what modules they want to we can create. And for these modules, what are the lists we need, all these things we will create in technical design document. And we will create one we will incorporate all these things in one paper, and we will send it to the end user or the client. And after they agree for this technical design document, and we will then we will divide this activities of technical design document in various sprints. Okay, in each sprint consists of about 2 weeks time period of particular 2 weeks. What work we are going to do, everything we will decide. And after that we will start doing the model building activity. And in this model building activity, we will select the time calendar as per the requirement, and we will select create the versions, and we will start collecting the data from the end users. Okay, in the form of lists. And we will use them as dimension in modules, and different kinds of modules. And After creating all these modules and doing calculation as per the logics which are required, we are uh, publishing all these reports in UX pages. And we are creating we are giving uh, access creating access for this model. Okay, after doing all these model building activities based on the rules of the end user, because we cannot give complete access to the end user. So we will be creating the rule based access or selective access or dynamic self access. We are do providing this security access to the end users. And we are and before doing the ALM process, we are checking for model optimization, so that the size of the model will be less and it will increase. And also we are checking uh, that we are not using any complex modules or complex formulas, so that the performance gets enhanced of the model. So, and we are removing unnecessary line items, unnecessary dimensions, and we are using time ranges wherever required. So we are following the model optimization technique to enhance the model. And after that, we will create three environments to follow the ALM process. One is dev model, and one development model, and test model, and the last one is the production model. So we will uh, test we will keep this test model and the production model in deployed mode. And we will before deploying, synchronizing our model from development to production, we will test in the test model. And if the testing is okay, and we are getting the uh, required values and correct values. So we will deploy our development model to we will synchronize it to um, production model, and we will send it to end users. And along with this, we are creating a user manual guide and techno functional document. So in this user manual guide, what we are doing is basically we are creating this user manual guide to for the end user purpose, so that they can understand how to use the Anaplan model, and uh, which information is located in which report, and how they can input their data in the UX pages to review the results. So all these things we will take the screenshot, and we will input into a uh, MS PowerPoint with the instructions and guide. And after that, we are creating this techno-functional document. So in this techno-functional document, we will include how many modules, and what are the purpose of these modules, and what are the line items we are creating in these modules, and what logic we have used for these line items to get the data. All these things we will include in this techno functional document, and we will hand over it to the end user for review purpose and to check. So this is about end-to-end implementation.
Okay, fine, Abdurrahman. And we can include like that unit performance testing, and you can say user acceptance testing. So after completion of model building process, we should show once them. So
Okay, Asif bhai, I have one doubt. How we are doing this user acceptance testing? What is the procedure? And user performance testing? What is the procedure? Can you please explain about this?
procedure after completing our level 2 sprint 2 and 3, so we have given by adding some users, so we have checked how it is working, so whether can we able to open that that dashboards or not, modules or not, we have checked, correct. In the same way we need to give the access for them, then they will, how we are watching the reports, they will also watch that reports, and whether they are getting the data or not properly, they whether are they able to open that UX page or not, these things will check. So that is only user acceptance testing. And how they need to whatever we have done, developer same thing they should do in the UX pages, like importing the data and inputting the data. So these things they should able to do. So that is comes under the user acceptance test. So whether the margin, whatever the margin calculations we have done, so that report they should able to check, they should able to watch, and they should able to give the input, and they should able to watch outputs, everything. Generally Anaplan model builder we can see everything, but as a user, whenever if you give
Yes.
the access, they should also see all these things, correct. So
Yes.
are you able to
Yes,
understand?
Asif bhai. Yes,
Yes.
Syed,
Like this.
what is the thing? What is the thing? User acceptance test means in this only. In this only you can user acceptance test means user. What are the Anaplan model builder is developed? What are the Anaplan model developer is implemented? That is so need to satisfy the users. So why you are why you are creating the modules, and why you are creating the model Anaplan, why you are using, the client is using for user purpose only, they are creating the they are develop the Anaplan model and everything. So but finally final who is that final who use this application or model, user only
End
uses.
user.
So end user means user, that is the user.
Yes.
So that user, they want to accept, yes, I have that this everything is fine. What I use the previous, that is values come exactly in the Anaplan model, Anaplan application or Anaplan model.
So it means that. So it means that. Sorry, Srinivas.
Yeah.
It means that he will try to input some data and check whether
Yes.
he's getting the desired result or not.
Yes,
whether
correct.
he is
It
able
is
to
correct.
import the data or not, even
Yes,
whether
yes,
what logic we have applied, it is properly working or not. This is
yes,
under
correct.
acceptance testing, right?
Correct. It
Okay.
means
What about the
your
performance testing?
yes, that is also means value is correct. 2 into 2 is equal to 4 is coming or not. They are checking
Yes.
like
Okay.
that. That is the value per value where value is checking everything, and as well as you say that performance. Performance means previously they are using the other technology or Excel. So they are using the when you run the report is 10 minutes. But if you use for Anaplan using is 15 minutes, there is no there is no use na. So that what they
Yes.
are doing is previously I am using the 10 minutes, but it is 15 minutes. No, I wanted the performance. Then what we do is Anaplan model builders, they can do the improve the performance, where why it will take this much of time. They are checking the performance part, everything. Value purpose they are checking, performance part they are checking, everything they are checking. Then they are accepted, then only it will
Okay.
go to the production. Otherwise, again we redevelop and re-performance checking, test performance, all the things you can do, and again you can do the UAT, and again go to the production. Once user is accepted, then only that implementation is go to the production. Otherwise, you can do the so many development activities, so many performance testing, everything we can. We need to done. We need to done.
Okay. Thank you, Srinivas.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding this integration testing. I understand in regular world, like when product is developed, they will see if both the product, I mean, both the developments are in sync or not, or with other softwares. But how do we do integration testing in Anaplan?
Yes, basically.
Integration is yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, so
Can Asif explain that? Yeah,
yes,
thanks.
integration testing nothing but whenever we are pulling the data from other data sources to Anaplan, so
Mhm.
are we getting the data properly or not? So whatever the
Ah,
source system we have, send message as in rejoin. Yes. So basically, in integration testing, nothing but whenever we are pulling data from other data sources to Anaplan, so we are pulling data from other data sources in Excel. Consider Excel for example. So in Excel, you
mhm.
have one column, 10,000 number. You have sales number. If I apply on the columns, so whatever the transaction data, finally we have 10,000. So each and everything say after importing data from Excel to Anaplan. In our module, did we get exactly 10,000 or not? So this thing exactly integration nothing but data whatever we have source, whether can we import total data in the Anaplan or not. Every
Okay.
how we can pull the data by manually or different integration methods. So we should able to import data from sources to Anaplan. So whether whatever it's
So,
source.
so this integration is between the data sources and Anaplan.
Yes. So data
Okay.
getting data from the other sources to Anaplan.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Thanks,
whether
sir.
it is going correct or not, whether we are getting total details exactly, number should match. So if
Okay.
I have in Excel 10,000 in my Anaplan module also, in which module I am importing, it should consist exactly 10,000. So by we know if we click on any line item, we will get the total in Excel also we will get on the bottom right, correct? So what is the sum,
Mm-hmm.
average and everything like that we need to check. Otherwise, if we want, we can check like exporting the data, that module to Excel. You can compare the data from that Excel to this Excel. So like whatever it, but our data should be 100% correct. So
Okay,
this is the
got it.
integration testing. So
Okay.
these are the like basic things we have, like how what is whenever interviewer start his questions. So after self introduction, they will ask what is your previous project, and what is your end to end implementation. So what you have done specially on that project, and apart from these questions they will ask what are the challenges you have faced. So challenges also we should be particular. So any challenges we need to point out, as I told earlier. So few questions we need to point out that questions, and so this I have faced the challenge and I have solved this problem, like that whatever something we need to um, create one particular point out. So generally what we say data, if we search in the chat GPT what are the Anaplan challenges means, we will get ALM process is one challenge, and data integration is one challenge, and data creation of logics also one challenge. So this normal challenges we will get. So but we should not explain these normal challenges. So we should explain the challenges which we have faced. They are asking what are the challenges you have faced. General challenges they don't ask. Whenever if you uh, face interview with 3 to 4 years experience, what are the challenges you have faced and how did you solve that challenge. So this is the exact question they will ask. So for that one we can make story. Already earlier also I told. So what I challenge I have faced and I have explained. So 3 4 challenges I have explained. So model size got increased almost from if you have my workspace GB was a 130 GB, my model almost it increased 100 GB. So from that one we even we need to maintain the three environments. So like ALM scenario number 4 only, but the thing is we should say ourselves even in that workspace our other models also should comes under in that workspace. So for that one our manager is asked me to reduce the model size. So from 100 GB to I have reduced the 50 GB. And we know very well like test and test and dev environment it will take 1 or 2 GB. So if you delete the production list items, simply it will get reduced. We can't reduce, can't remove any structure. So just production list items if we delete it decrease to 2 GB. So 50 or 2 GB, 54 GB we got. So that our um, other other model also they could implement here almost 130 GB. In my only 54 GB we are using for our workspace. So that remaining 76 GB they can use for some other model building process, correct? So like that we should explain I have faced this challenge, and I have from 100 GB to 50 GB how we have reduced our model. So we should explain that in that one we should explain our model size optimization technique. But directly like each and everything we should explain clearly. And like unwanted dimensions we have removed, and turned off summary method wherever don't required. And I have used time ranges, and I have used time ranges wherever I don't require entire model calendar. And I have used combination list. So wherever I have the more zero cells. So like that we should highlight that things. So in which scenario you have done, and how you how you could reduce your model size, each and everything with proper explanation we should give answer. So that what happened, it will be it will become one challenge and how you have reduced it. So general things we should not explain, and we should point out one problem, and that problem how did you solve, that one we need to check. Is it clear how we need to Yes, how?
Yes, sir.
So generally overall explanation we don't need. We need proper particular one point we need to raise, and that one how we have solved that one we need to explain. And even you can say like whatever it, so but it should be particular in our project. The one new requirement we got, so every day in our model we need to update the current date. So current date we need to update. For example, today February 16, 2025. So whenever a date change tomorrow, the date should automatically it should change to 16 to 17. How we will get it? So we have one functionality, uh, simple functionality by using that one. If I have create two line items with the date format, uh, I will we if I import data from in date format line items, in one line item if I keep 16 February, in another line item if I keep 17 February. So format, so format 17 February I will how I will get means, so current whatever the two line items I have created, one will be current date and one another will be current date plus one. Current date plus one line item, what will we do? Simply we write formula, top one current date line item whatever we have, that one plus one. So then automatically we will get in second line item 17 February. So if I write that one, so from 17 to 16 if I import data by creating the saved view, so simply what happened, if I run that action, what happens, date will get changed from 16 to 17. So that action if we automate by using cloudworks or whatever it, generally if you we have the automated automation process we have. So if you automate that action, so each and every day if I schedule at 12 o'clock, what happens, the date automatically will get changed from 16 February to 12 o'clock. If I schedule this action should run at 12 o'clock, then what happened, 16 February to get increase to 17 February, correct? If I do this one, yes, are you getting?
Yeah, understood. Yes, sir.
So this activity also we have done earlier. So I will share in the group. So Sagar wants check with that current date update activity and share in the group. We will do once again later as well. So this is one challenge. So one this is also one challenge. So how we need to point out particular challenge and we need to explain how we are doing this challenge and how we have solved that one. So that one we should explain. And other than that one, so whatever the challenges means in ALM also, each and every time what should we do, we need to each and every
Go
time.
back to the go back to the previous
So if
person and make
basically
changes.
whenever if we get any requirement, generally if you do the development, we need to while syncing we need to coordinate with others. Without coordinating, is it possible to pull data from dev model to prod model? We have completed our task, but someone will be middle of some task, so which will impact the production data if I sync directly from dev to prod, correct? So what should we do while doing each and every time? If I want to sync dev to
We
prod directly, should I sync or should I ask our teammates?
check with our teammates and then create the revision tag and then
Yes.
sync it.
So each and every time we need to coordinate with others. So sometime what happens, if we are someone is middle of something, so he doesn't give reply. So we are four model builders. Three are working. Fourth one is not is not today is on leave, but we have developed something and everyone is okay. Everyone is said okay, you can sing. But that the fourth guy who is on leave, so he has done some development. So what happens if I sing from dev to prod? So some middle structure will it goes to the dev to prod, which impacts the prod. It impacts the prod. So because of that one, production people will ask, so what it is happening, so whatever they are doing, it doesn't work, it affects 100% any report. So whatever he's for example, he has done basically like what we'll do. So if profit and loss report we have, so profit and loss reports, he has created another profit and loss report line item with new formula means new source, with new source he has created. But in that new source, we don't have any values as of now. We need to upload the data, for example, in the new source. So he actually he want to complete that, upload the data and everything, he want to complete the task, mapping and everything he want to complete, and he want to sync, but he is not available. So because of that one, if we sync without without intimating him, so if we pull the data, what happened, it impacts the production data, correct? Production structure will impact. So whatever we are doing here, so that will be like it impacts. So because of that one, what happens, production people will raise the ticket, so we are not able to watch proper reports. So that is also one complexity, correct? So like that we need to say one story. So for this one also, one time our one colleague, like our teammate, he has done only half of the work. At the time I have synced, so that users have raised like uh, because of some users raised tickets and they have asked to close the immediately that issue. So at that time he is not available, we don't know what he has done and everything. So we have searched that comparison report also, we have while doing the ALM process. So after creating the revision tag, if we want to see the right side comparison report, we will get comparison report. In that comparison report, what happened, from last revision tag to this revision tag, what are the new changes we are pulling, so that details we will get. So in that detail we need to search, and so what are the things he has done from with his user story and everything, we need to search and we need to fix it. We need to complete that middle structure thing and everything. And if he is not available, then we need to take care about, and if we don't understand, then we need to discuss with our manage solution architect, and how he has done everything we need to show him, and we need to take help from that solution architect, and we need to complete if you do this mistake. Is it clear what is this mistake and what is this challenge?
Yes, Asif, but what if they ask the cross question like, why did you make the mistake in the first place?
Why we did the mistake here, so he is not available, correct? He doesn't give
Yeah.
any, we have sent message in the group, but he is on leave. So what can we do?
Mm.
He doesn't give any reply. We thought other three guys are said, you can sync, but he is not available. So that is a, we can't say from totally from our side mistake. That guy is not there, but he has built some middle structure. He is doing some work, but he is middle. So because of some emergency, he couldn't come on that day, or he couldn't work on next day. So because of that one, he couldn't even reply our message as well. That is a mistake,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah.
Yes, like this will this incidents also, this incident generally we should explain like in our real time we have faced it. So because of this, if you give this much explanation, because of this guy has not he is on leave on that day and everything, if we explain this much, it will be more than enough. So actually they will expect that what are the challenges he has, you have faced, explanation they will expect from us. So is it clear for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Balakrishna, can you give end-to-end implementation brief explanation? Are you there? Balakrishna, I hope he is not there, correct? He has left.
He left.
He has left. Okay, okay, fine. So Jilani Basha, can you give the explanation end-to-end implementation? Is it possible?
Yeah, sure, Ashby. Again.
Okay.
So, can you hear me, right? No,
Yes,
no
yes.
disturbance.
No disturb.
Okay, so when it comes to project end-to-end implementation, it involves multiple steps. First and foremost thing is that first we need to understand the business needs, and then we should be gather the requirements from the client. Once we understand the business needs and gather the requirements from the client, then we will create a technical document. Like including what all needs to be done for the client, like what kind of models we need to create, what kind of list we need to create, what kind of dashboards we need to create. All those things will be documented in the technical document. So once we have all the information, first and foremost thing is that we will as an internal team, we will sit together and first gather all the requirements from the client. So in the internal team, we will be working as a team. It includes the solution architect, and along with our team and team manager, everyone will sit together and will gather all the requirements as per the information that we have received from the client. And basis on that, again we will try to understand who all the stakeholders are, the users who is going to use this model. So basis on that, we should be again understanding their requirements. Right, that is called like user stories, right? So that also we need to understand. And after that, so we will again once we get gather the information from different departments, like finance department and operations, HR, and all the required data will be collated, and then we will start building the model basis on the requirement. Like by first and foremost thing that we will collate the data that we have received, and then we will map the data with the Anaplan using different integration methodologies. So then once the data is actually mapped to the Anaplan Anaplan using different integration methodologies, we will start working on the requirements that we have received from the client. First we will create the general list as per the requirement, and then we will work as a team. Few people will be working on creating few things like list, and another team will be working on module creation. So like that, the work will be divided, and we should be working as per the requirement. So while working on this, we should make sure that everything is actually is working as per the plan, the technical document that we have created. Whatever we are modules creating, it should be very logical, and the calculations that we are using in that module also, it should be very logical, and it should help us to improve the performance of the model as well. So all these things we should keep in mind while working on the modules. And once everything is done and everything is implemented, model is created, then we will go for a testing, that is testing. And once testing is successfully completed, then we will roll out for the user acceptance testing. And once all these are completed, the model will be deployed for the final thing. So this is how actually the end-to-end implementation in brief works. That's it, Ashish.
Okay, fine. So when you need to include this user manual guide, and in reports we need to prepare this user manual guide, and we need to provide user, and we need to provide techno functional document as well. And so even after completing this model building process, we need to give training to the users as well. So these things you need to include, and ALM process and everything also. Did you include ALM process?
No, ALM process I didn't include. If at all, if we are receiving any kind of request, or I think I should include one more point over there regarding ALM.
ALM also we need to include. So after model building process once complete, it doesn't mean totally 100% complete. So after completing the model as well, they will ask some new changes. So for that, according to the requirement, we need to do the changes, and we need to send from dev to prod. So for that one, we need to maintain the 3 environments and everything.
Yeah.
So okay, anyway, you need to include this thing. And Angaredi, can you give End-to-end implementation explanation.
Since I joined late today, so some.
Yes, sorry. Are you able to
So,
give a?
no, no, no.
No, okay, fine. Leave. Amarnath, can you give explanation?
Yes, yes, yes. I'll start. One of the recent project which I have worked on is Anaplan implementation. In this project, I have worked as a Anaplan model builder. I have been involved in end-to-end implementation of this project. So, in this, I have involved in with client meetings and information gathering from the end users. Based on the user information provided by the client, we have and the and the use cases and user stories provided by the client. We have created lists and modules for our model. First, we'll prepare what is the how many years been time. First, we'll prepare time settings for how many years we have required based on the requirements of the client, and if they required any versions uh, actual budget or forecast version. Based on that, we have prepared versions also. Then, based on the reports required by the client, we have prepared the we have build the modules based on the reports required by the clients. Um, um, can say that's it. That's it. I can't go further. I don't need to check. We have while preparing the modules and everything, we have also followed ALM methodology, where we have splitted the model into dev, test, and production environment, where the structural changes from dev environment we have pushed to the test and production environment by using revision tag. After the completion of the development, we have provided technical document techno-functional document and user manual guide for the users for preparation, and also we have done user acceptance testing and unit performance testing with the provided dashboards are working with the users or not, and we have also provided the uh, roles based access to the client, and we have verified those things also in the process. That's it.
Okay, fine. So after completing model building process, they will ask some new changes. For that one, by using ALM process, we should provide this a dev test prod environment. We need to create 3 environments, and we need to pull changes if they ask any new changes from dev to prod. So this one we need to cover, and user training and everything we need to cover. So anyway, like proper brief explanation we should give on the project roles and responsibilities and end-to-end implementation. So this is a one thing. So after once if we complete this one, challenges also they will ask. So challenges also, whatever the challenges I have covered, so note down that points by watching this recorded session, and you should try to explain that challenges. So if we explain the challenges, yes, I have faced this challenge, so I have solved this problem by doing this in this way. So like that we need to explain these things, so it will be helpful for us. And other than this one, so they will ask what is your data sources, and from where you are getting the data, from where we are getting the data, and everything they will ask. So basically like that data sources will use, like mostly nowadays workday we are using as a data source, and SAP we are using. So any one or two sources we should explain. So recent project they will ask, recently most of the people using the workday as a data source. So workday also, like we Anaplan only, it is a cloud, it is also one tool, so where we can store the data. And so from workday generally we can export the data, we can automate the things and everything. So in this way we can pull data from the workday to Anaplan. So that workday we have, SAP we have, these two things we can choose. And if we choose these two things, so from SAP how you are getting the data means we have like generally we'll use two three methods we have. One is the Anaplan Connect, second one is the application programming interface. So that is like by using the Python program we will pull data from the um, SAP to Anaplan, Workday to Anaplan. So, but the thing is, so that they will ask, do you know the programming and everything? So, programming part generally we don't required, but procedure we required. So, programming and everything, data integration team will create that program and everything. They will integrate the data. But so interview point of view, they will ask again and again same question. So, what was the sources, and how you have done integration with the other data sources to Anaplan. So generally we should say we have worked as an Anaplan model builder, but we have involved in the data integration part with along with our data integration team. We know procedure and everything, but especially for data integration, one guy for one project totally he will be responsible for the data integration. Each and every person they don't do everything. As a technical side, as a developer we should do the development only, but we should know the idea what is the source, what are the methods we are using to pull data from the other data sources to Anaplan. At least procedure 100% we need. So for that procedure, so SAP we have, Workday we have sources, and how you are pulling data and manual method by using the Excel files and everything, that also we have. So three things we have, and each and every time we don't have generally one source. So few data will get from the Anaplan Excel files, few data will get from the Workday, few data will get from the SAP. So different sources will be there. So on the base of wherever we'll store the client store the data, so from the data sources we will get. So that is the different data sources we should say. And how we are getting the data means, one is Anaplan Connect, another is a REST API, and third one is nowadays we are using the CloudWorks as well. So these three methods we can say. So Anaplan Connect, application programming interface, second one, and third one is a CloudWorks. So CloudWorks also it supports for the three sources, Amazon S3 and Azure Blob and GCP, Google Cloud Platform, GCP. These three sources it supports CloudWorks as well. So these are the, from these three sources to will pull in the Anaplan by using the CloudWorks. So these are the different methods we have. So three sources we can consider. One is a SAP, one is the Oracle, SAP, and another one is like you can say Workday, and third one is by using CloudWorks we'll pull the data. So for CloudWorks it supports the my Amazon S3, and we can say any one support, any one source we should say by using the CloudWorks. So CloudWorks will support for three sources, but we should say any one thing. So Azure, Microsoft Azure we can say. So whatever it, one source we should say by using the CloudWorks as well. We used to pull data in the Anaplan. So like this we should what are the sources side, and what is the way, and how we used to pull the data from other data sources to Anaplan. This procedure we need to explain, and they will ask first initially where you are pulled data. So directly will do we pull data from SAP to directly our spoke model, or do we need to pull in the data hub? What is our basic step?
Pull it into data hub, and then
So
from there we import it to spoke models.
yes. So first of all, from other data sources to we pull data in the data hub, and from data hub to we pull in the spoke model generally. But that one also we have few data will directly import in the spoke model.
Spoke models.
So what is the major difference between the that one? Why few data will import directly in the spoke model? Why we pull data in the data hub model. So we have some differentiation. So what is the differentiation?
The data we have in Data Hub is like a master data which can be used in multiple spoke models. I mean, the
Yes.
same repeated data can be used in spoke models, whereas different spoke models has their own model data. Like finance will have finance, and supply chain will have production data. So like that, that
Yes.
can be included directly.
Yes, exactly. So the master data nothing but you have regarding product details, employee details. So like this data we are using source for the four models. For example, our data hub we have. In that one we are using products, employees, and we can say region, country, location, this geo hierarchy and product hierarchy, employee hierarchy. These are the like master data. So this data will same for the FP&A model, supply chain model, and some other model. But whenever if I come to finance, so what is the volume, what is the sales, so what is the revenue, margin, profit and loss. So these data if I have, for example, so does it required for any model, revenue and margin, other things? We don't require, correct? So what is the common data here? Master data nothing but, so this whatever the common for the all models, so that data comes under the master data. If I want to pull data, master data, we need to upload in the data hub. So if we are directly we are you are pulling sales data or something, like revenue data or some value volume or anything, directly we'll pull in the our spoke model, finance model.
So, so that thing we can tell as like a transactional data, those sales something that we can mention as like transactional data, which we
Which
are
one?
directly pulling into
No, no,
spoke
we
models.
can't
Like
say
say,
transaction data. So transaction data we can't say.
Mhm.
So we can say that is your spoke model data which doesn't require uh, some other models. Only particularly for that model. The data required for particular model, spoke model, FP&A, supply chain, whatever it. So it doesn't master data nothing but it required for the common for the all the models. So that type of data will include in the here. So these are the basic things. So difference between the master data and normal data, spoke model data. So few data will come here and few data directly will pull in the spoke model on the base of our classification. So these things we need to explain, and after that they will ask, if you come to data hub and these things, they will ask regarding the data, what are the data hub best practices and why do we need the data hub. So these things they will ask. Interviewer how they will ask the questions means, whatever the answers we are giving, on the base of that one only they will ask the cross questions. So if I explain about the data hub, they will ask what are the best practices of data hub. So if I don't speak about the data hub, for example, they don't remember this one. Generally whatever they think they will ask. But if I say something and the continuation of that answer, they will ask the cross question. So that is the reason whenever we are giving the answer, we should have each and every answer. So counter answer as well we should have, so to support that answer. So why we are saying this one, what is the reason why we are doing, so that also we should have the answer. So is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
Ankit.
Yes.
Yes.
Fine. So what are
Sir,
the
sir, sir, I
yes,
have a
Ankit.
small doubt here. So you said that, I mean, we have a source system, SAP or Workday or some other tools, right? So, and one more platform, one more is that Excel sheet, Excel. So we are importing data into that Anaplan. These three ways. But what is that? See, Workday or SAP, how they get the company data in that SAP Workday. So if suppose they are provide Excel sheet, we can import. What is the
I mean, the company, for example, my company NVIDIA. So NVIDIA data, how NVIDIA data into that SAP or Workday. So the
Yes,
data
yes.
one we are getting into Anaplan, right?
Yes, understood. So they will upload you that end user will upload that whatever the data they have, they will upload in the source and that SAP and Workday, and they will provide the access to us as well. So access to us means our data integration person, they will give the access so that we can go there and we can export from there and we can pull from there and we can import in the Anaplan. So generally they will only end user only upload the data in that one. They will take the access and everything, and even they will give the like Anaplan. We have the Anaplan, we have the access. If I want to give the access to some other user, how can I add user and everything? They will do everything. We are not responsible for that one. They will
Yeah,
only
yeah.
responsible and they will upload the data and everything they will take care.
So yeah, so here, so in the UX pages, we will give that option for importing import actions for users, right? So why they are buy again SAP and Workday? So already we are building that entire modules and output modules, and we give the option to clients to import actions. So why they want to import through actions into Anaplan particular module or input or whatever data sets? Will you understand my question?
Sorry, come again.
So we will give the one option, right? So in the UX space, we'll give the options. Option mean actions, import actions.
Yes, yes, yes.
So why they want to buy SAP or Workday? So whatever company data they will input through our actions. We will give the action. We will give the options to import data into Anaplan, right? Through that actions.
Yes, yeah, understood. So whatever the data we have, will create that actions. Generally, our
Yes,
source will be Excel file. From Excel
yes,
file only, we'll create the action. But each
yes,
and every data they don't have in the Excel, correct? So Excel, other than that one, Excel is it doesn't have much security levels. So that is the reason SAP and some other tools they will use for the security level. They don't keep and each and every data, confidential data in the Excel or some normal tools. So for security purpose and everything, they will this Workday also cloud based tool. So because of that one, each and every confidential data they will maintain very high securities. With high security, they will keep and they will share whatever the data we need and everything. So they don't give pull data through Excel file. Is it clear?
okay, but so that's importing only by client only, right? Client only they are using that. So they won't provide me. So they are only input into the SAP or Workday, right? So they're directly input into through direct actions into Anaplan, right?
No, no. Basically, what happened in whatever the thing we are doing, in one time we will do, one time we will do, and everything we will set up. Then what happened? We will validate and everything, and again later they will permanently we will give them only. So we don't do each and every time, correct? So that
Yes,
data
yes.
import, whatever we are doing, that sample data only will do initially,
Yeah, yeah.
and once we will do and second time and after completion of validation and everything, so we will give completely access to them, we will hand over to them. After that they will only upload the data. So
Yeah.
this whatever we are doing for like testing purpose and initial stage, we will we and users will coordinate, and we will after once completing this model building and testing and everything, so we are not responsible for them. So once everything is okay, we will hand over to them, users only. They will only do everything, whatever we are doing here, first time. For first time only, we are saying all these things.
Even sir, sometimes data coming to SAP or Workday, the data also not pull into Anaplan correct formats. So the
Yes.
data, yeah, so that time so model builder need to involve and need to do some changes, and again we need to import into that Anaplan.
Yes, we need to do in that scenario. Then, if they need, what happened once model building is complete. So almost you can see in construction building. So if there are any manner, some builders they will construct the building. After completing also, they will be responsible for the maintenance for minimum 2 to 3 years, 5 years, like that. So
Yes.
whatever, if they need any support, generally what they are the builders, they know everything. So like same way, Anaplan model builder, we have the build the model and we have created the this logics and everything. So we know everything, so that is the reason. So we need to give the support as well. So even you can see any products, if we manufacture, so we will get some warranty, correct? So if we get
Yes,
any problem,
warranty.
what happens, we need to support that product manufacturing people should support for our products, so that user will should not face more problem. So that is the reason we need to support and everything initial like 1 year, like that. So once everything is complete and everything is goes fine, so later we are not responsible for that one.
Okay.
So is it clear, Ankit?
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
So that is our
But
responsibility, so that
yeah,
if we do that one only, what happens, our like more users will come for this Anaplan, and so that is the thing. So users should not get trouble. So that is if you are doing any business, so our with our business, so we should give the proper results to the users, and they should not get trouble, and they should satisfy with our tool and our whatever the service we are providing, so that again and again they will use this one, and they will get proper benefit by using our tool and our service, so that we will also get more projects, and so that the business will get helps to increase their business. So anyway, these are the things. So we need to focus on these things, and we need to understand how it is happening, and why it is happening. So we need to prepare all these points. So basically, so we need to prepare all these points, and so we need to discuss again and again. So how, what are the sources, and what happening, and what are the data hub best practices, one by one. So we need to discuss daily mock interviews, and 9 to 10 daily everyone should join the class. So morning, and 100% we should discuss all these things, so that you will get the more confident. So in this way, we can face, once if we complete this flow, if we get some flow, if we get some confidence, we can upload our resumes. So upload our resumes, and we can start the real time interviews. So that is from my side. If you want give anyone mock interview, Naveen, can you give mock interview on end to end implementation? Naveen Samyodin.
I will give Asif.
Yes, one, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I have experience in end-to-end project development. So initially we start with business requirements. So we have a kickoff meeting with the clients and stakeholders, and we get the business requirements, or what are the business goals, and what is the need of developing this product. And once we have the business requirements in hand, we go ahead and discuss within the team, like what is the expectations from the client and all. So we prepare a technical design document and business requirement documents, and we show the business requirement documents to clients, like if